Just remember, it will get better.
You know it is your mid-morning program because it is that time on a Thursday morning. Final Decision is the program. We thank you so very much for being here with us, for joining us for this program. I am, of course, Mark Maitland from the Garden of Paradise Funeral Home, and as per usual, with me we have
Exodus, Errol Green from Exodus Funeral Home.
All right.
You want to know the Exodus, right?
And of course, it is a beautiful Thursday morning, but listeners, for today and Monday, we are going to do things a little bit differently. I know you are used to us discussing different topics, giving information, doing different highlights, but we are going to take the time this morning and also Monday morning coming just to do some in-house feature. And when I say in-house feature, we're going to feature both Exodus and the Garden of Paradise Funeral Homes, just so that listeners have an idea as to what we do and how we do what we do, and what you need to do when you don't know what to do and who to come to do what you want to get done. And today, we are going to be talking about Exodus Funeral Home. So for those who are joining us for the first time, let me welcome you to the program. Trying to get that mic down a little bit so we can see your face, Mr. Green. This one right here.
Okay.
Yes, that's the man. That's the man. That's the man. That's the man.
Well, I've been hiding this good-looking face. Oh, man.
So
for so long, I've been hiding this face.
So, listeners, let me introduce to you Mr. Errol Green, the managing director for the Exodus Funeral Home. Now, Exodus is located in
Anata Bay, St. Mary.
Anata Bay, St. Mary.
Buff Bay, Portland.
And
Kingston, Jamaica.
All right. So Exodus Funeral Home is in 3 parishes, and of course, Exodus has been serving the country on a whole for a number of years now. Mr. Green, it is a pleasure to have you here.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
It's always a pleasure to have you here, and it is a pleasure to sit with you to talk about the work that Exodus has been doing.
And I'm very happy to be here. You know, yesterday was my birthday.
Yeah, man, belated happy birthday to you, Mr. Green.
Yeah, man, I'm going near to 100 now.
and still don't look like it. Yeah, so Mr. Green, for a number of years, Exodus has been doing a whole lot. And when I say listeners, when I say a whole lot, I mean just that, and in a little while you're gonna understand what I mean by a whole lot. But let me just start with the funeral aspect of things, because Mr. Green, you have been doing things differently for a long time.
Yes, sir.
For a very long time.
And Mr. Maitland, whenever time I'm interviewed and you know, people look at my contribution to the funeral industry, the changes, you know, that I bring to the industry. There are 2 individuals that I always single out, and you know, and those 2 persons, they have mean a lot to me in the funeral industry.
Yeah.
You know, when I enter this business, you know, I look up to those people. You know, I think that they were unique and different, and that's Bright Light.
Yes.
Bright Light. You know, I think Bright Light had bring a lot to the industry.
Yeah, man. Bright Light brought some Tommy Thompson.
Right, Tommy Thompson.
Tommy Thompson, man.
I lift my hats to that,
yeah,
man.
He has brought a whole
to the
lot
industry.
of innovation to the future.
You know, and that's where I started to learn the business from Bright Light.
Yes.
You know, I said, yeah, you know, this is different.
Yes.
You know, I seen where, you know, him try to make funeral becomes cheerful.
Yes.
You know, cheerful and excited.
Yeah.
And once you can let a person who is about to cry smile,
yeah, man.
You are doing something great for that person,
yeah,
you know.
Big up Tommy Thompson.
Right.
Bright Light for that.
And the next person again who I really admire is Perry's.
Yes. Mr. Perry.
Mr. Perry. Peter Perry.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I'm a general that.
You're talking about two persons who have brought innovation
to the funeral industry.
Who have shown us that things can be done
differently.
That there can be suave to the thing.
You know, I watched Perry grown, you know, back in the days. And, you know, Perry was doing some things that I don't even think Perry was understanding what he was doing. In terms of, because him does a free flow doing thing, but him not really understand the impact.
Yeah.
I mean, I said, no, man, but Perry, I do this, and we can do it too, because to him, it really mean much.
Yeah.
He must do it because he must do it. You know? And I copy some things from Perry's.
Yeah.
Some things from Perry and really run with it, and it work. And it is working today. And every time a man say, Mr. Green, you know, see, you're the first person to do them something there. Mr. You know, say I'm Perry. I'm Perry, you know, but it never really mean nothing much to Perry.
Mr. Green, one of the things that I saw you do, and you brought innovation to the whole chariot. And I know that's something that Tommy from Bright Light started. But you started to do chariots differently because we use this chariot with lights and chariot with sound system.
You see, when the chariot business started up, all right, Bright Light was doing the chariot. He may get it from again too, you know.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, you know, there was a chariot, you know, that I think that chariot come from Bright Light, you know. We didn't have much interest in it, you know. But a lot of guys in Kingston back then, they never really have much interest in a chariot either. Mm-hmm. You understand what I say? So it was just, you know, put aside there. I said, no, man, I can make much of this chariot, you know, because I don't think people understand, you know, the difference that this is going to bring to funeral business. And then I rise it up. And I am the one now to take the chariot business to the other side of the island.
Yes.
Because it only come to Kingston and see that done by Bright Light.
You only saw that in Kingston. Yes.
By Bright Light and Perry's.
And Perry, yeah.
Right, Bright Light and Perry. But Bright Light and Perry now, they most of the funeral in the Kingston area.
So you brought the whole chariot
outside of Kingston.
To the rural
areas. And not just only to St. Mary and Portland and St. Ann, but to other section of Jamaica, because I am one of those persons who do funeral right across the island.
Mr. Green.
From time to time.
You're talking about the chariot like that is the only thing. I remember this.
I want me to do the chariot now. Me make it now look like it's like, it does like one ship on the sea, pretty at night.
Yeah.
I saw me the chariot.
Yeah, man, because you start at
but
night.
But not coming at night time. You say, what is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And something else I did, Mr. Green, with the chariot. There was this particular funeral that you had chariots and outriders. Right. And I know for a while, Exodus was the only funeral home that we'd see uniformed outriders in front of chariots and hearse, and that was another innovation.
Right. So there. Yeah. So when I look at the old chariot business, I said, the chariot, you know, it's too weird. You know, you need to have outriders. Yeah. You know, riding beside the chariot and behind it and in front of it, and it bring a lot of excitement to the funeral.
And that took off.
And it does till everybody know. At one point, you know, Mr. Maitland, like there was a chariot dead out, you know. Mm-hmm. You know, people not going chariot, but no, trust me, it's out of it.
It's coming back, you know.
It's coming back.
Yeah, man, it's coming back. Going back real. One of the other things that I noticed with you, and you're the first. I don't know if it started with you, but you're the first person I saw doing this, where, in relation to grave decor, the interior decor with materials and that sort of thing, where they do the quilting on the inside of the grave.
Right.
You're the first person I saw do that, you know. And I'm saying, when I saw that, I was like, this is innovative and this is different.
Yeah.
And this is something that Exodus is doing along with the whole candlelight setting, because again, you know, Mr. Green, your candlelight is a different business, you know.
Yeah.
Different thing altogether.
Because a lot of things in the funeral business, Mr. Maitland, I have seen it before, but
bring a little flair to it.
Right. You know, it's just too simple. Or somebody was just doing something. Like a family just doing something. Mm-hmm. Then I look at it and I say, no man, I can do much with this.
Yes.
Then I just take it to another level.
Yes.
You understand? Even with the old candlelight settings.
Yes.
The first time I saw one candlelight, you know, it was in St. Catherine. I was going home. And I see the place just look pretty and light up. And I say, oh, what is happening here? And I say, a candlelight. I say, for what? And they tell me. And I say, okay, really? Mm-hmm. And then make it look so like nothing now go on.
and you know what, Mr. Green, after that, listeners, Mr. Green start add flair to the candlelight.
Right.
Decorate tent and all that.
Yeah, because I said that if you're having a candlelight like this, you need to know whose candlelight it is. Mm-hmm. So you need to highlight the person.
Right.
Right? You want everybody who come to the candlelight to remember the person in a very special way. You know what I mean? And say, yes, I mastered this.
Yeah, you started with the photo board, the colored photo board. And then by the time the rest of us start to catch on, you move with the life size. And I remember the first time, you know, when I had I took onto this candlelight idea, and he said to me, no man, Mr. Maitland, don't do that, man. Do the life size. And when you do the life size image of the individual and had that up in the tent and people came, it caused such a stir.
Right.
And then everybody after that now wanted something.
Everybody wants something similar to that.
So that again was another innovation. Was another innovation.
Yeah, and also in addition to the candlelight, Mr. Maitland, I realized that just lighting the candle was not sufficient enough. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, you need to add more flair to it, more light.
Right.
To the thing, make the thing becomes bright and sparkling. You know what I mean?
All right.
So you know.
So Mr. Green, Man, we can talk about the innovation that you have brought to the funeral industry. We're gonna talk some more about that, but we're gonna go into a break now, and then after the break, we come back and we delve some more into what Errol Green / Exodus Funeral Home has been bringing to the funeral industry. Be back in a little while, listeners.
It will get better. Won't last forever. Won't last forever. And if you trust in the Lord, your nights will turn to day. Just remember, it will get better.
The time brought to you by the Manchester Co-op Credit Union, 1977 Limited Property Loan, telephone 876-962-0401 is 11:45.
It is your right to know what you want. Information at your fingertips. It's for the man in the streets, for those in business. Information for everybody. No one has it, so you can use it to develop your community. Your right to know information at your fingertips.
A message from the Access to Information Unit.
We're your partner in color, over 30 years strong, serving Jamaica beautifully, changing lives and leading the revolution with quality products innovated for when you need a superior finish. EdgeChem paints are trusted, loved and used by experts in the business of automotive, industrial, decorative and furniture. We have the blueprint to help you create, vibe and live life beautifully. EdgeChem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time.
It will get better. It will get better. Won't last forever. Won't last forever. And if you trust in the Lord, your nights will turn to day.
Welcome back, listeners. As the song says, it will get better. Let me just pay my respects to Kiri Seals and Charlene Seals for that beautiful number that we happen to be using now, which is just so relevant to our program. Thank you so much, listeners, for staying with us. Today we are doing a feature on the man himself, Errol Green, from the Exodus Funeral Home and what Exodus has been doing. No, we Mr. Green, before the break, we talked about some of the things that you introduced to the funeral industry and the innovation that you bring. You spoke to us about the persons who you took as role model and you patterned some of the things that they did and you brought some innovation. But apart from just providing good, may I say excellent service to families, you through Exodus have been doing a whole lot of philanthropic endeavor, and you have really been touching your community, both the immediate community and the surrounding communities in different ways. Now, one of the things that you have been doing through Exodus is something that is called Join Me on the Corner.
Right.
Talk to us about Join Me on the Corner.
All right. Before I get to Join Me on the Corner, as you talk about philanthropists, there are a number of things that I try to do because growing up into a community where it need a business,
right?
I also need the resources,
right?
It needs a lot of things. Then I always said, if I am making money, I don't like to keep it to myself. I love to share.
Yes.
I love to give back.
Yes.
And to be honest with you, Mr. Maitland, I am known for a lot of things in the funeral industry, but I am also known mostly for giving back to the community.
Quite so.
When you talk about Exodus, that's what we are known for, giving back to the community. Right? And we start by giving back to the community. Our first projects was at the Nutter Bay High School. Mm-hmm. That's where we started to give back first, to the high school. Like, we would assist in paying for, 100 CXC subjects every year.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's how we started.
Yeah.
So every year we try to put on that money, right? And when the school come together, right? When school come together, find together and pay for 100 CXC subjects every year.
Every year. So at least there are students who would not have to worry about
CXC because students who have the potential,
right?
But they don't have the fund,
financial means,
to pay for those subjects. And it pays out today because a lot of time I'm going to, I meet up on police, soldier, people in different sectors who say, Mr. Green, you know, you was the one to pay for my subjects.
Yeah.
You know, so it pays off, you know what I mean? Not only that, but there is a factory in Nutter Bay that also make uniforms, right? And I would go to the factory and I'll pay for like, and they give me good credit, right? So I will be sending, you know, children there to get uniforms, right? I said, I'm going to give like 200 sets of uniform for this school term.
Right.
So a lot of people in the community that will go to the community and go to the less fortunate, that parents that is struggling
Right.
to buy a new set of uniform for their child back to school.
Right.
So we'll get those names, right? And get the measurement and we'll submit it to the factory. So for that school term, we'll give them like 200
Uniform.
sets of uniforms for back to school,
Wow.
right? Not only in Nutter Bay, but Nutter Bay and its surrounding communities.
Right. Because I know that individuals outside of Nutter Bay itself have benefited from
Right.
your benevolence. So that is
There are communities that benefit even more than Nutter Bay. You understand?
because the need is greater.
The need is greater.
Yes.
So it's not just only in Nutter Bay. Once the need is there, and we also realize that there are some communities that are privileged to certain things. So we just start up this ice cream Sunday thing. No, this ice cream Sunday, you know where we get it from? You know where we get the ice cream Sunday from? You see people do things, I just do it to them.
Ask me what the ice cream.
The ice cream Sunday, we get it from Ninja Man.
Okay.
Ninja Man, I was watching one of his program, Ninja Man said the ice cream Sunday. I even went and looked for him when he was doing the song, but that Sunday never go on a Sunday, so I didn't get the time to talk to him, the chance to talk to him. So I started the ice cream Sunday. And that was done also in partnership with the Optimist Club.
Yes.
I was the president for the Optimist Club at the time
Right.
in Nutter Bay, right? So we started Ice Cream Sunday, where every Sunday we're going to a different community. It was fully sponsored by Exodus, right? So every Sunday we're going to a different community, and we share ice cream with the kids, and we interact with them, and we play games with them. Sometimes we do movie, right? So I buy you know, the whole thing, and we stop and we do a little movie, and do ice cream, or we do games, and we used to have football commission in some community. Because we have to go into the community based on the size of the community, what the community is known best for, right? So we take that approach.
Yes.
So we bring a football side from one community to the other community.
We have a competition.
And we have a competition. I have ice cream for the
Granted,
kids.
it's fun. It's, as we say in Jamaica, it's fun fit.
Yes, you understand.
Yeah.
So you know, we do things like that. Also, as I touch on the education, Mr. Maitland, I remember Nutter Bay High School. The principal, big up Mr. Lee, Michael Lee. Michael Lee was the principal at the time.
Yes.
And he had said to me that, you know, they really would like to have a sixth form at the school, like at the school, you know, upgrade the sixth form. And I said, what, really? No hesitation. I just jumped on it. And I was the person who built the first sixth form block at Nutter Bay High School.
Hold on. So, friends, this feature today on Exodus is just to highlight the fact that Exodus Funeral Home is more than just a funeral service provider. Exodus Funeral Home, along with Mr. Green and his staff, reach out to the entire community in different ways. So I touched earlier, you hear how he helps children going back to school, uniforms, CXC. We don't have a lot of time left. So I'm trying to squeeze in a little bit more in the time that we have left. But I really want you, Mr. Green, before we talk about the back to school treat and the Christmas treat and the helping of the less fortunate, the join me on the corner is something that I really wanted to talk about, because that is something that is a big innovation.
Join me on the corner now. Join me on the corner, right? It is not fully active as what we want it to be. Right now. But our aim is to reach the unattached youths on the corners.
Yes.
Right. So we divide Nutter Bay into 7 different corners.
Right.
Because we want to reach
everybody.
Youth. Find out what you are doing. What can we do for you?
Right.
How can we make your life better?
Right.
Because we believe that the government can't do everything.
No.
The parents can't do everything. Yeah, everybody have to play their part, right, in the development of the community, right? So that's what Jamie and the Corner is all about. So not only will I be going, I have different entities that will be coming along with me, right? Like I reach out to NCB, I reach out to Parth, I reach out to NHT, because these are information that the youths them and the Corner need to know how to better help themselves to grow forward.
Right.
How to get a loan to get an NHT mortgage.
Right.
how to access NHT mortgage, how to
start a bank
start a
account.
relationship, not a bank account, you know, a relationship with the bank. Right. And why I said I have to bring NCB on the corner, because NCB boss me.
Yeah.
I know not done, none of family. It was NCB.
Yeah.
They are the one who see the potential, and
when I approach them,
and when I approach them, you know, they tell me what I need to do, and at them first I give me the first millions.
Right.
You understand? So I'm saying to youth, if you need millions, go to NCB. They have it.
Make sure you have a business plan, though.
Make sure you have a business plan.
Make sure you have a business
So this is
plan.
what Janica is all about.
Right.
To give them information.
There's one entity that you left out, Mr. Green, Heart Trust NTA, because Join Me in the Corner is also aimed at bringing skill.
No, they will be there also.
Yes.
They are big on that. They will be there.
Yes.
I approach them already, and they love the idea.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're just waiting for me to invite them.
So listeners, Join Me in the Corner is a work in progress that you'll hear.
It is coming to your community.
Yeah, man, it is coming to your community because
it's coming to your community.
We're taking it to your community.
Yeah, we are bringing all the young people. And not only that, Join Me in the Corner, right? On every corner, I'll be opening 25 bank accounts.
So we give them a start.
You give them a start. Yeah. So you don't have a bank account, you don't have a savings.
But you have the potential.
You have the potential. Yes. So I am going to say, all right then, I am giving you the first startup.
Yes.
That's why I have to bring NCB on the corner to start the account.
Yes.
Right? Because if you don't have savings in a brother, you're not started.
You need a foundation.
You have to have a foundation. Right? That is what will give you a relationship with the bank.
The other thing that has been happening, listeners, and as recent as this school term, the treat, back to school treat.
Wow.
One community, over 300 back to school.
It was big. The back to school treat, it was big. We mostly focus on 2 community, 3 community really, but we focus mostly on Ennsfield. Right? And that was done to Cheek Society.
Yes.
Right? Cheek Society is a new movement in St. Mary. Mm-hmm. That's
let me tell you people about Cheek Society. Basically, Cheek Society is a brainchild of Mr. Green. So what he's doing now, because you can't to burden the main entity with everything. So Cheek Society is basically an arm, the charitable arm of what he does.
Yeah. And Cheek Society, I say, them are the boss. Them are the general. yeah. They are the one who are creating the waves and making big moves.
Right.
And doing other things. And Cheek Society right now, they are mostly focusing on entertainment and education.
Right. So
that's the most entertainment and education.
So friends, just so you know, this school year that just started, Mr. Green gave away.
We gave away, and I want to say Cheek Society, right? We gave away over 800 backpack.
No,
with school supply.
Not just backpack. Tell him backpack with school supply.
With school supply.
Books and pens.
Right, and we gave away over 12 tablets, and we gave away a lot of cash. A lot of cash to primary school students who did well.
Right. So it's not a matter of giveaway money, Mr. Green. Put it into perspective, because you have been helping students over the years, and this year the focus was to continue that trust and to do it in a bigger way. And so for that reason, tablets were donated, school supplies were donated, and in some respects, for those students who have done well and are moving on to another level, you have contributed financially to either their books or their school fees. So not just money in hand and your work.
And for this school year, Mr. Maitland, Exodus, we promise to make this school year a great one.
Greater one.
Better passes for the students, better results for the school, because what I want to do for this school here, I want to contribute at least $50,000 to every grade 6 in the DA in St. Mary.
In your district, right?
Right? In that DA.
And
I'm not sure if I will do the entire
St. Mary
DA.
No.
But I know in the DA back my side, where we have some 13 primary school.
Right.
Yeah, I know that we are coming to you. It's just coming to you.
At least those 30 will benefit in the short run.
Right, because we want the children in grade 6 to see that we believe in them and we are supporting them, so they need to work hard.
And police alone can't fight crime.
No.
This is an objective to say, all right, let us see if we can steer the minds of the younger ones in the right direction, so at least the focus is in another direction other than crime. And the truth is, gun and police and handcuff alone can't fight crime. These are the things.
We have to shape the mind of the youth. I tell people all the time, at Exodus, we are not just here to bury your loved one and take your money. We believe in the total man.
Yes.
Right? We want to make you better.
Yes.
You understand? So, that's what we're all about.
Listeners, you have just listened to an awe-inspiring final decision program where we zoom in a little bit on what Mr. Green and Exodus Funeral Home I can't even say has been, is doing. Because separate and apart from the fact that we, Exodus, takes care of the funeral arrangement, Mr. Green is somebody who is passionate about helping to lift the lives of individuals, helping to bring them to a better place. This is just a little touch of what Mr. Green does, because trust me, if you
touch Mr. Green.
If you're ever around Mr. Green
and
what he does, you realize how much he tries to help individuals, how much he tries to reach out to people, and wherever there is a need, there's so many other things that we could touch on, but I chose not to bring those up because some of them Mr. Green started, and then some other people take it on and it causes controversy.
Mr. Maitland, before you go, one thing I want to touch on quick and fast. There's something that I do that people wonder why I do it. And a lot of film is doing it now, but I don't know what is the reason for doing it. Like you find we go to a church and we have water, the water that label,
right,
and with the deceased picture on it.
You start that, Mr. Green.
Right, I'm the person start in Jamaica.
You start that,
right. I'm going to I start that.
We have 2 minutes, so
yeah.
You start fast.
When I look, you're having a funeral and you have people with all different kind of condition, and just stay in a church for 2 hours. You must thirsty.
Yes.
And I said, when you're having a convention, pastor has been served a bottle of water and the rostrum.
Yes.
And the ushers and other people have been served. So having these people in church for 2 hours, they must need a little refreshment.
Right.
So this is how I bring up this old water thing. So it was not only to be water,
No.
And JetBlue, JetBlue, we get the idea from here. It's flying on JetBlue, And the boasting, it's all about the blue.
Right.
And they make sure they give you chips and water and things like that. So I said, I must do that to the people in the church.
And it is something that has taken out because there are many of us, and I say us, there are many of us now, Mr. Green, who still do that water thing.
Everybody giving a plaque at funeral now.
Yes.
Thanks God to Exodus.
Use that.
It
has been a good chat with the birthday boy himself, Errol Green from Exodus, on what the Exodus Funeral Home has been doing to help to make life better for Jamaicans in and around St. Mary and where they can. A wonderful program, Mr. Green. Thank you so very much for being here. Thanks for sharing with us. Thanks for always seeking to make people's life better and always having some innovative ideas to bring to the fore. Listeners, we're going to talk some more. We'll be back here on Monday, of course, and we'll be here again next Thursday.
Talking about God of Paradise, the man himself, and the boss. So, he is the boss.
But today we're talking about Errol Green. Thank you so very much for being here. Thank you so very much for sharing with us and for spreading the word. We look forward to sit and chat with you again on another program. It will get better because
it has come to pass.
It came to pass. That's it.
Just remember, it will get better.